So the 2020 Game Awards came and went without any sign of Hogwarts Legacy. Sigh. Why wasn't it at the Game Awards? And what does this mean for the game, if anything? Should we be concerned? And when will we get a new update for Hogwarts Legacy? We'll talk about all of that and more in today's video. And we're starting right now. People of the internet, RetroRaconteur here. If we're meeting for the first time, I'm just a dad who loves games and the stories they tell. We post videos every week here on YouTube and also stream over on Twitch. If you're new to the channel and want to keep up with all the Hogwarts Legacy news, theories, and speculation, be sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any new videos. Even if WB won't give us new things to talk about, we're Harry Potter fans. Come on, we had years of experience at this between book and movie releases, so trust me when I say we still have plenty of items to discuss here on the channel. I have quite a few Hogwarts Legacy videos in the works, even without new updates. Take that, WB. Now, guys and gals, I gotta be honest with you, I had hoped today I'd be releasing a trailer reaction video instead of a video like this. But here we are, just about 3 months since the official unveil of Hogwarts Legacy, and still no new information. As much as I'm anxious to know more, just like many of you, I certainly don't think this is any cause for concern. There were plenty of big 2021 games that weren't at the Game Awards. Nothing from God of War or Horizon, no Elden Ring. Plenty of 2021 titles we already know about didn't show up. It's possible more and more publishers are opting to give news and updates to their games on their own time when they can have time to shine away from the other big gaming news. I mean, let's be honest, if any of those games I just mentioned dropped a trailer next week, they'd instantly be one of the biggest stories in gaming. Seeing the reaction and support of the first trailer probably has WB realizing the same with Hogwarts Legacy. We are starting to get into the middle part of December, and we're inching closer to the time when numerous companies start to close down for a significant amount of time over the holidays. For that reason, I do think it is starting to look pretty unlikely we get any major new information for Hogwarts Legacy this year. There was that little flurry of activity on the official Twitter account near the end of November, and then it just stopped out of nowhere. Even then, though, that was largely just repeating information that we already knew from that trailer. I also have to admit I think it's looking more and more likely that this will not be an early 2021 release. The game has been in development for quite some time, but I don't think any of us want Avalanche to rush this. They should absolutely take their time and make the best game possible. That's what we want, Avalanche, more than anything. To me, it's always felt like a holiday 2021 game. That's more just a gut feel than anything. I'm not really sure why I think that. Plenty of others have thrown out the idea to release the game on September 1st, which would of course match the Harry Potter series for the start of term at Hogwarts. Love the idea, but the amount of planning it would take to hit that exact date I think makes it pretty unlikely. Not to mention September 1st is a Wednesday, which isn't a typical release day for video games. And publishers just don't really think that way, to be honest. The people actually working on the game, I could see them thinking this would be a great idea, but the publishers probably would be like, okay, whatever. Again, not saying it's out of the question, but I do think it's unlikely. So what about news, though? When will we get new news on Hogwarts Legacy? The Game Awards is certainly the last big gaming event of 2020, which has left most fans already looking to next year's E3 as the most likely time we'll see something new. When it comes to E3, I think it's safe to say Hogwarts Legacy will almost certainly have a presence there. But what will E3 even look like in 2021? The show was already suffering even before the COVID-19 pandemic, which ultimately led to the cancellation of E3 2020, but these are likely conversations that are ongoing right now among the industry. According to GameIndustry.biz, a quote, reimagined, close quote, E3 will take place from June 15th through June 17th, 2021. But in a time when virtual events are becoming more and more commonplace, there's no reason WB needs to wait until E3 to release new Hogwarts Legacy updates. And I should point out, this is 100% me speculating, no insider info whatsoever here. I could be totally wrong on all this, but I am curious to see what you guys think. Will we have to wait all the way until June before we get any kind of significant update on the game? Gosh, I certainly hope not. Keep in mind, though, most of us had to wait for almost 2 years from the time of the initial leaks until the official reveal back in September. So at the very least, at least we won't be waiting 2 more years until we get info for the game, right? Right? It really just depends on how WB chooses to handle the marketing. They could release gradual bits of information each week for the next several months and lead up to a big reveal at E3. If their current social media posts are any indication, though, they're instead opting for a very slow burn with new information. We can also take a look at another WB game with Gotham Knights, which has been in a similar spot as Hogwarts Legacy. Gotham Knights was revealed back in August and is also a game currently set for 2021, but guess what? There's been very little additional information on that one as well. One other angle to consider here, it's entirely possible that WB had been planning some cross-promotion between Hogwarts Legacy and the upcoming Fantastic Beasts movie, which was originally scheduled to release in 2021, but has now been bumped to 2022 for reasons we won't get into here. So this could have thrown a wrench into their ultimate marketing plans for the game, and now they're needing to adjust. From everything we've seen so far, though, I don't think there's any reason for us to be concerned or worried about the game's development. It just seems like we'll have to keep waiting for new information. And you know exactly where you can find that new information right here. We'll make sure to bring new videos to you anytime. If it's even a tweet, a new screenshot, we'll make sure to do a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.